correct, all ready to begin, please, Mr. Mayor?
Yes, our next witness will be Gloria Davis.
Gloria DeAndre, I have been sworn in, and I live at 7919 Frolic Drive in the neighborhood of the adjacent Capitol Development, and I've lived in Sycamore Township for over 70 years.
Is there something you want to tell trustees about the property value issue?
Well, yeah, my concern at this meeting is the future property values of our neighborhood, Holiday Acres. And in their research of the property value, Capital Investment has selected information from the Urban Land Institution as an example of how a nearby development doesn't change property value of an existing development. One of the selections Capital is using is, for this informative comparison, is the Hale Plantation development in Gainesville, Florida. Hale Plantation has a footprint of about 1,700 acres, and it's a world within a world. I was there about 5 years ago, and it's like stepping back in the deep old South. Spanish moss covered over the live oak trees and stone walkways, trails, town center, storybook setting, golf course, and a country club. Originally, it was a 1,500 acre Sea Island cotton plantation with a plantation home completed in 1856. Then in 1886, the plantation home was placed in the National Registration of Historic Places. So Hale Plantation is not a density packed apartment building like Capital Investment's proposal. What I saw during my visit to Hale Plantation was much lower density housing. I cannot see how any data about the impact of Hale Plantation on the value of adjacent residents tells us anything about the likely impact of the capital investment project on my home and my neighbors' homes. On a little over 7 acres, Capital plans to place 258 apartments, 103,000 square feet of office space, 18,000 square feet of retail space, a 125-room hotel, restaurants, and 1,270 parking places. I'm not against the development. I just feel it's too much for 7 acres. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. Any questions?
Questions from the board?
Yes.
Have you had looked at any studies to say that property values will decline due to development?
No, I had not.
Wouldn't that be relevant for what you're talking about?
I guess it would, but I thought because you were comparing the Hale Plantation and I'd been there, but I didn't see any comparison. I'm not a real estate person, so I'm just comparing what your study said. I didn't see that it had any relevance.
Did you meet with Christian and he give you that study?
No.
How did you get that study?
Just by coming to the meetings and understanding that that was one of the things in your presentation. I know you mentioned Hale Plantation, you even had a picture up on your PowerPoint.
Was that up on our PowerPoint or was that up on your internal?
I think it was yours, because I think it was yours.
Did you just hear Mr. Bickford say that in a hypothetical world that he's creating, you could have up to, I think, 350,000 square feet of office is what he said?
Yes, and I can, yes, I did hear him say that.
Would that be more dense, more cars than what we proposed?
Well,
If you know.
I don't really know. I just feel like it's gonna be, almost like wall-to-wall roofing or asphalt. That's how I feel the size of it will be. We'll either have the roofs or the asphalt, not a lot of green space. And the trees that are there, I live across the street and I'll be looking at this in the morning when I wake up, and it's gonna block my little bit of a sunrise that I see. Maybe not, I don't know, we'll have to see.
How could a 4 to, at most, 6-story building like a sunrise?
Well, I don't get much of a sunrise anyway, but it's what little bit comes up I can enjoy. And I'll be looking at it. I'll be looking at either a garage maybe or the back of the buildings, whatever. I'm not opposed to the development, I just think it's too dense.
But you heard that Mr. Bickford said that we can do something more dense.
You can, okay, well then, okay, I mean, I can't argue with that.
Right, yeah,
Okay, thank you.
Let me just ask a couple questions, Mr. Hammond. You can show us on the aerial photograph here.
I'd love to.
Where you are.
I'm on Frolic.
Let's just look at this.
Let's see.
Way out the border.
Let's see.
See Frolic right
Oh, yeah, okay, so, let's see, John is across the street, so, this must be, well, I guess I'm right here. I'm right here. That doesn't look like my driveway. Looks like Regis' driveway. This must be me right here. Yeah, that would be me right there.
This sort of
That's
clear
right.
before taking.
Okay,
Frolic runs, north and south.
right.
So you'd be on the west side of Frolic,
I'm on the west side,
on the opposite side of the street from Sunny Frolic.
correct.
And you would be north of Dunedin Avenue
Mhm.
and south of Avenue.
Absolutely. Okay.
Let me ask you, you know the Kenwood Place Shopping Center, this
Mhm.
area here,
Mhm.
do you think that has a negative effect on your property values?
Well, my concern would be the traffic that comes in. So in that way, I could say it would possibly have a negative effect of the traffic that comes in.
Do you think the hospital has a negative effect on your property values?
I really don't know. I mean, I don't know if that would have a negative.
Do you think the Kenwood Town Center across the street has a negative effect on your property values?
I would say no if they wanted to use my house for development. So,
Thank you.
Okay. Is that it?
Any additional questions?
Too late. Try.
Pay for effort. You old?
Okay, here to know
Thank you.
further
Okay.
questions.
Hang on.
And our next witness will be Kathy Kugler. Ms. Kugler, would you state your name and address for the record, please?
My name is Kathy Kugler. I live at 7106 Tenderfoot Lane, Sycamore Township.
Have you been sworn in?
I have this evening.
And I understand you want to address the subject of trees in the environment.
I do. I brought some things to share. As I said, my name is Kathy Kugler, and I came here to talk about clean water and clean air in regard to the capital development on the Kenwood Road and the area around that. I will share my experiences of my credentials in environment. I'm a master gardener with Purdue University, master composter with City Garden Center, Cincinnati, urban forester, Purdue University. Just recently, on 9/27/18, I attended the 2018 Southwest Ohio and Northern Kentucky Stormwater Field Day, sponsored by Warren County Soil and Water Conservation. I'm a volunteer at Great Parks of Hamilton County. I volunteer at Stewart Elementary School Garden. This school serves Sycamore Township students. I'm a member of Sierra Club, the Miami group. I'm a member of the Western Wildlife Corridor, a conservation group, past Girl Scout leader. I'm currently the coordinator of the Interfaith Hospitality Network at St. Barnabas Episcopal Church. IHN provides temporary housing to families without secure housing. I have a Bachelor of Science degree from Edgewood College, Sisters of Mercy. I have a Master of Science degree from University of Evansville, Indiana. I'm a grandmother of 5, a mother of 2, and a widow. I just wanted to establish that I am educated and informed on environmental issues, and I have a deep commitment to the future welfare of our land. And I have lived in Sycamore Township for 3 years. So now I will start my comments. The Sycamore Township Land Use Plan also calls for green space. No new green space has been developed in Sycamore Township in many, many years. Number 2, conserving the existing green space is imperative for clean water, clean air, noise control, heat control, water runoff mitigation, and the quality of life for the average resident. Green space definition does not just mean a large park. It can include protecting existing well-established trees and land. The 7 acres proposed for development erases over 50 well-developed, high-quality trees. These include oak, maple, evergreen, poplar. Many of these trees are 40 to 50 years old. When I first heard of this development, I personally went there. I measured the existing trees according to industry standard, and I labeled them on a map. Oak trees provide habitat for over 500 species of birds, insects, and small animals. Without habitat with a wide variety of trees, bird life, insect life, and wildlife are eradicated. The food web from these trees is vastly important. Number 5. Without high-quality trees, air pollution increases and water cannot be maintained in the aquifer. Water that is routed to storm drains is not filtered of pollutants. Water held in detention ponds is then routed to storm drains, not slowly released to the aquifer. Trees are sponges for water, retaining, filtering, and protecting clean water. Number 6, without high-quality trees, heat is released into the air, combining with traffic pollutants to produce toxic smog. Number 7, without trees, no oxygen is replenished to dirty air.